John is right in front of our eyes. Get up, do something. MHC on the rise. Think positive. Oh, we gotta stay positive. Yeah. We can learn to love each other. Like my sister and my brother. MHC on the rise.
Good evening, Martinsville and Henry County. Welcome to MHC on the Rise, where it's our goal to create positive conversation and find solutions to the issues that impact Martinsville and Henry County. And last week I had a young man on this show who wears number 17 on the football field, and he just signed a scholarship to go to Wake Forest. This week I have a young man, and 17 represents something different for him. He spent 17 years of his life incarcerated, and we're going to talk about that and how he's making some changes and a few other things. But I'm going to let him introduce himself first, and then we'll get into our conversation. Tell our audience who you are.
Well, my name is Lionel Hairston, and I'm from the Sandy Level, Logtown area. And of course, you've been knowing me your whole life, so I like to think that I'm a caring person, love my family, want to help my community as much as possible, and love sports. Advocate Pittsburgh Steelers fan, so that's basically it.
And we won't hold that Pittsburgh Steelers fan against you, but
okay.
Like I said, I've known you all my life.
That's right.
And you are a great guy.
Yes, sir.
I remember you running around Laurel Park High School and the Racer.
Yes, sir.
And just yes, sir. Go ahead.
I put that name on about 30 bleachers in the school. So yeah, that's me.
And just a fun guy. Everybody likes you. How did you find yourself involved in illegal activities at an early age in life?
Basically in the early 90s, me and my cousin, we was hanging out and just walking around in the community, just trying to figure out a way to make money, and that was the quickest way to make money and try to get a decent, fast little car, just be cool. That's really how it all started.
Do you think that's the mentality of a lot of people, that they just think, hey, I want money, I want food, I want a car, I want nice clothes, and they just kind of end up in situations like that?
I think so, because like I said, it was a lot of that in my community, so I would like to think so.
And, we all do things, and we never really think, but at the time that you were, selling drugs, did you think you would spend nearly 20 years of your life behind bars?
I would have to say no, but I guess they had the so-called war on drugs, and we didn't think about it or even talk about it, and we basically were just out there, and we really was having fun doing what we was doing. Of course it was illegal or whatnot, but I didn't understand the repercussions of it though at that time.
Did you understand the harm or the danger that it was doing, to other people or the community or anything like that?
At the time I didn't, but after a certain amount of time, when you see guys from your neighborhood that you actually looked up to, and then they start getting high and doing drugs, and you see them start to fall off and doing bad and stealing and robbing or whatever, that's when you like, wow, it's a whole different ball game now.
And what I hear a lot of people say is that once you get into a game like that, it's hard to get out because there's nowhere else that you can make that kind of money that fast without some type of formal training or formal education.
Most definitely, it's hard to get out. You get caught up in that lifestyle with the money and the women and the cars and the fame that come with it. Everybody patting you on the back and telling you how great you is. So it's definitely addictive.
Yeah, and I've seen people, drugs, and I've seen people commit murder. Mm-hmm. Oftentimes, the person who commits murder gets less time than the person who sold drugs. Mm-hmm. Do you think it's fair that people are going to jail for 10, 20, and some even life? And I know one guy who got multiple life sentences for selling drugs. Do you think that's fair or not? And these are people who haven't committed any violent crimes.
Exactly. That's what the president is pretty much preaching now about all these low-level offenders that's still in prison for 20 and 30 years. And some with life sentences. I mean, I got cousins that's in and got 30 years. I got cousins that's got 20 years. I got another cousin, Rodney Wilson, that's got a life sentence, and he's a low-level offender. So the president is doing his best to trying to get Congress to, do something with the laws and stuff like that. So I think it's moving forward, though.
So do you think it's fair or unfair that these guys are getting that kind of time for selling drugs?
Oh, it's definitely unfair to give somebody 20, 30, 40 years for selling drugs, and they haven't really have any violence on their record and stuff like that. So I definitely think it's unfair.
And what do people lose by spending, a chunk of their life in prison? I mean, what is it that's lost?
You lose almost everything, especially if you got kids. Of course, I don't have any kids, but it's like when you go away, like people tend to forget about you. I mean, even some of your family members. I mean, but I was lucky enough to have family that support me. I mean, that's why I'm sitting here right now, in the right frame of mind and being happy and smiling.
And you don't look like a guy who spent 17 years in jail. I mean, you look like a guy who just went away on a cruise and came back 17 years later. What?
Faith, man. I mean, I had a lot of support. I mean, a lot of people kept me going, talking to folks, and they come to see me. It's just, that's what it was. I really can't answer the question. The guys ask me, how did you do it? I mean, I can't answer it other than, family and friends.
Yeah. And who are some of these people? Because I know that since you've been home just last Tuesday, and I don't know if you've had a chance to sleep. Who are some of these guys that have really looked out for you?
There's so many people, man. I got Greg Myers and Kathy Branch. They own the barbershop uptown, Ladies and Gents, and Garrett Dillard, who's been, my rock for real. It's been there forever. And got my sister-in-law. She's sitting here now. She watching me like a hawk, Tamika.
Yeah.
And of course my brothers and sisters, and you. So it's a few more people, but I don't want to waste too much of y'all's time.
Oh no, that's fine. I mean, this is all about you, but I do want to talk about, because I don't want you to focus on what has happened. I mean, what's happened, that's done. You're incarcerated. And you start hearing about this change in the types of crimes and punishments you're getting for certain types of drugs. Did your hope go up that, man, I might get out of here early?
I started working on my case in 2008. I really started writing letters and filing motions to the courts, but it's still disappointing when you get that notice saying that it's denied instead of granted. So you fall down for 5 or 6 months and you pick yourself back up and you keep going. But I never lost faith. Like I said, throughout the whole process, I kept the faith up and I just kept working.
And how many times would you say that you got turned down, for early release?
About five times.
And you never lost faith in all of that?
No, I just kept going. Like I said, I would fall back for 5 or 6 months and gather myself, and I would just keep pushing forward.
Now, talk to us about, you said you wrote the letters. I mean, talk about the process. I mean, you're incarcerated. How are you applying to try to get early release? What is it that you had to do?
Well, as far as the clemency go, you have to fill out an application. I mean, you can get an attorney to fill it out, or you can have enough confidence in yourself to fill it out on your own. And so I had enough confidence and knew what I wanted and knew what to say that hopefully that the president would grant it to me. I put everything in front of him. I did what I was supposed to do as far as getting my certifications and show them that I had made a change.
And so you just kept?
I just kept working. I kept working, and actually I filed my petition February of 2014, and I waited and waited and waited, but I was patient, but thank God, March 31st, 2015, I was granted.
And I'm going to read something, and I want you to tell me what you felt like when you first read this. The White House, Washington, March 31st, 2015. Mr. Lionel Ray Hairston, USP Lee, United States Penitentiary, Lee County Industrial Park, Hickory Flats Road, Pennington Gap, Virginia, 24277. Dear Lionel, I wanted to personally inform you that I have granted your application for commutation. The power to grant pardons and commutations is one of the most profound authorities granted to the President of the United States. It embodies the basic belief in our democracy that people deserve a second chance after having made a mistake in their lives that led to a conviction under our laws. Thousands of individuals have applied for commutation, and only a fraction of these applications are approved. I am granting your application because you have demonstrated the potential to turn your life around. Now it is up to you to make the most of this opportunity. It will not be easy, and you will confront many who doubt people with criminal records can change. Perhaps even you are unsure of how you will adjust to your new circumstances. But remember, you have the capacity to make good choices. By doing so, you will affect not only your own life, but those close to you. You will also influence, through your example, the possibility that others in your circumstances get their own second chance in the future. I believe in your ability to prove the doubters wrong. So good luck and Godspeed. Sincerely, Barack Obama.
I mean, it's very humbling to have the President of the United States to write you a letter and say all these nice things about you and let you know that you had the capacity to lead and be an example. It's very humbling, and I'm very grateful for that.
Do you feel that since you received this and the way that's worded, that you owe to yourself, to the president, to the country, that you make good choices from this point forward?
Actually, I was more excited about the letter than I was getting clemency, because it seemed like once I got the letter, I forgot all about that I had been granted clemency because I was so excited. Mm-hmm. I mean, the leader of the free world thinks that I could go on and do bigger and better things. That's very, very, very telling.
Mm. What is it going to take for you to live up to this letter?
It's going to take a lot. I mean, that's why I'm starting. That's why I started about 5 years ago, preparing myself for this moment. You know, just trying to do the best I can do, talk to people, learn more things, get different trades, and be prepared to move forward.
And, you know, you say it's going to take a lot. I mean, what can Martinsville, Henry County do? And I'm speaking to you, but what can they do to help anyone who has been recently released from prison?
I think the business community is going to have to step up and try to get a type of program or anything that can help felons and try to hire them and have programs. Like, it's a place down in Ridgeway called DDI, and they doing a good job of hiring ex-felons and stuff. I got friends that's working there, and they telling me that they doing real good. So they need to step up and try to help, you know, guys like myself.
And I want to, 17 years.
Yes, sir.
And that tag felony is still attached.
Yes, sir.
Is it fair that you committed a crime,
mm-hmm.
spent 17 years in jail, and you get out and people are still telling you, we're going to punish you in the world?
No, it's not fair, but at the same time, I got to still push on. You know, if one opportunity ain't there, the door ain't open, I got to go to the next door. I'll kick the door in. Most definitely, I'll kick the door in.
And that's a good mentality, but not everybody has that Lionel Hairston mentality, and you apply for jobs and you don't get jobs.
Yes.
It's easy for those guys to turn and say, well, I'm just going to go back and take my chances.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
Martinsville, Henry County. We're going to be back with Mr. Lionel Hairston in just a couple minutes, and we're going to talk more about what we can do as a community to help him and to help others who have recently been released from prison.
The solution is right in front of our eyes. Get up, do something. MHC on the rise. Think positive. Oh, we gotta stay positive. Yeah. We can learn to love each other. Like my sister and my brother. MHC on the rise.
On Saturday, August 8th, your life could change forever. If you've ever wanted to go to college but just couldn't make it happen, August 8th could be the day that changes everything for you. Patrick Henry Community College now has new resources that can help take care of transportation, childcare, and other expenses that may be keeping you from getting the education and the job you deserve. On August 8th, PHCC representatives will be at Walmart in Martinsville to talk to you about this amazing new opportunity. PHCC, college that works.
The road of life is full of emergencies. From bicycle accidents to car accidents, little ones and big ones. From broken fingers to broken hearts. So at Memorial Hospital, we're building the most comprehensive and efficient ER in the region, making sure you get in, get out, and get back home safe and sound. Building a stronger community, building a better ER. The Emergency Center at Memorial Hospital of Martinsville and Henry County.
For over 33 years, I had the honor and privilege of serving citizens of Martinsville and Henry County when I was employed with the Martinsville Police Department. The last year and a half, I've been employed with Collins McKee Stone, the community funeral homes, and I have really enjoyed that opportunity to continue serving our citizens, and I would very much welcome the opportunity to serve you in the future.
At Collins, McKee Stone, and Community Funeral Homes, we have a professional staff to serve you and your family.
Purchase your tickets online to see your favorite bands. The Harvester Performance Center in Rocky Mount has an exceptional lineup of music. Purchase your tickets online at harvester-music.com or call 540-GUITARS.
Look here to find job opportunities close to home. Use our virtual job fair as an opportunity to apply for job positions in our region in the comfort of your own home. So what are you waiting for?